A lot of people have asked to see my updated luxury handbag collection. Now I am thinking about downsizing anyway, so I thought I'll do a video to share my thoughts about each handbag. Let's start with my Hermes collection first. So this is the Hermes Birkin 25 in the black Epsom leather and with brushed gold hardware. I've been using this bag so much since the day I bought it. In fact, I think if I ever want to downsize to a capsule wardrobe, this Birkin 25 would be one of the few remaining pieces. The size 25 is perfect for my needs, seeing I don't carry that much, and I also find this size to be really versatile. Seeing this bag is quite structured, I had been using it without a bag insert, and it was never really a problem to look for things, but I was a bit worried about scratching the inside, seeing it is fully leather. Well, luckily for me, I found the perfect bag inserts for all my Hermes handbags. On that note, I want to thank Mirandi for sponsoring this video. They specialize in making bag inserts for Hermes handbags, and all their pieces are handmade with 100% Thai silk. I personally love wearing silk pajamas anyway because the material is so soft and pampering on my skin. So if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for my handbags. These bag inserts are truly stunning and so well made. The material is delicate and luxurious, and the stitching is done beautifully. Most importantly, they fit my handbags perfectly. You can see they have a slightly tapered silhouette that follows the contour of the Birkin and the Kelly bags perfectly. All these details are important to ensure your handbags are supported but not distorted. Now, I know some people are not keen about sponsored videos or products, so I feel like I should give you a bit of personal background story. A while ago, I actually tried out a different bag insert from another company. The material felt really stiff, and even without putting anything in the bag insert itself was visibly pushing and protruding. So I never really used it, but these Mirandi pieces fit beautifully. I went for a lovely orange color for my Birkin because it's such a nice pop of color. But you know what? It's also a lot easier to look for things when it's not a black hole on the inside. By the way, each bag insert also comes with a small desiccant pack, which is great for reducing moisture. And they even give you a small silk pouch for it, which is so thoughtful. I highly recommend checking out Mirandi pieces, and you can use my code for 10% off. My second Hermes handbag is this Hermes Kelly 28 in the black Togo leather and with gold hardware. I went for a yellow color bag insert for this bag. Now, I usually prefer structured handbags, and I find this Kelly return a bit too relaxed for me. So this bag insert has come in really handy because it has given the bag a bit more structure. Some of you might know I went through a period where I was seriously considering about selling this Kelly 28 for several reasons. First of all, I thought the size 28 was a bit too big for me. Secondly, this bag also takes quite a bit of work just to get in and out. However, after a lot of thinking, I've decided to keep this bag in my collection for now and maybe reassess the situation in 2 years' time. I'll be honest, my decision has a lot to do with luxury price increases and the need for a purchase history for Hermes handbags. Besides, I figured it's probably not the worst idea to have some varieties in my handbag collection rather than just having all mini handbags. This is the Hermes Kelly Cellier 25 in the gold and gold combination. This is probably the most ladylike handbag in my collection. The Mirandi bag insert I chose for this bag is in this beautiful light beige color with the gorgeous embossment, and they call this Tequila. I love this bag insert. It's so adorable and it goes so well with the tan color as well. In terms of usage, this Kelly Cellier 25 gets more attention from me compared to the Kelly 28 return, but it's still not my most used handbag. I've never thought about selling it though. I often feel like this is a piece of art because every corner of it is so beautifully crafted. Just like the Hermes Kelly return, the Kelly Cellier isn't the easiest handbag to use, or to get in and out either. I should clarify that a big part of my wardrobe is geared toward practicality, but I am willing to sacrifice a bit of convenience for this Kelly Sellier. The next designer handbag in my collection is this Balenciaga Mini City. I enjoy this bag so much and I don't think I'll ever sell it. My plan is to keep using it until it falls apart. This bag has a very soft and supple calf skin. Now I certainly don't abuse it, but I don't baby it either. This is often my bag of choice in the summer and when I go away on holiday because it's small, it has a zip, I can wear it crossbody, and it's also relatively low-key. Sometimes when I feel like I need to be low profile, I would wear this bag back to front, and I think it looks fairly plain that way. I can't believe Balenciaga has discontinued this bag because it's such a great mini crossbody bag. I especially love the shoulder pad because it makes the bag so comfortable to carry. I got this bag at about £730, and considering I've used it so much, this is actually a really good value luxury item in my collection. This is the Louis Vuitton Totally MM in the Damier Ebene canvas, which I've decided to sell. I spoke about it in a video I posted a few weeks ago, and it is still waiting for a new home if any of you are interested. Like I said in that video, the design of this Totally MM is fantastic. The shoulder straps are comfortable, there's a zip for security, and there are plenty of pockets inside and outside for organization. The main reason I'm selling it is because of lifestyle change, which means I don't need a big tote bag that often anymore. Additionally, I'm also now more drawn to low-key designs, and I feel quite conscious about displaying Louis Vuitton monogram on such a big surface. To be honest, I was a bit worried about having seller's remorse, but in the last 2 years, the thought about selling has been quite persistent, so I gathered it's probably time to let go. This is the Louis Vuitton Mini Palm Spring backpack. Somehow this bag is now readily available on the Louis Vuitton website, but back then it wasn't so easy to get. I remember checking the Louis Vuitton website every other day, and when I finally managed to order one, I was over the moon. And in the first few years after I made the purchase, I use this bag a lot. I find this bag to be super adorable, but at the same time, it's also really practical because the canvas is so durable, and for such a small bag, it can actually carry a lot. This bag for me is quite similar to my Balenciaga Mini City in the sense that they are both quite small, quite casual, and I can wear them crossbody. However, in the last 12 to 18 months, I've been more drawn to my Balenciaga instead. I'm not sure if I'm just falling out of love with the Louis Vuitton canvas. But anyway, I have no plan to sell this in the soon future. But in the event where I have to drastically downsize my collection for whatever reason, I think I'll prefer to let this Louis Vuitton backpack go and keep my Balenciaga Mini City instead. The next luxury bag in my collection is this Louis Vuitton Speedy bandolier in the Damier Ebene canvas. This is my first luxury handbag, and I bought it without much hesitation. And I'm glad to say my instinct was right. This bag is so practical, and I think it would make a wonderful everyday bag for a lot of people. The material is durable, the bag itself is lightweight, the design is timeless, and it can fit so much. I mean, I can fit a small umbrella in there, a notebook, a mini iPad, and a small water bottle and other essentials. This bag was a workhorse for me for years, and I feel like I'm only using it less now because I have more handbags than I did and therefore more choices. By the way, I'm not sure what it is because this bag is not the smallest handbag and it has the Louis Vuitton canvas on it, but somehow I feel okay wearing it. I would say my feeling towards this Louis Vuitton Speedy is fairly neutral. I think I'll be okay without it, but at the same time, a Louis Vuitton Speedy will always come in handy. And this is the small Chanel Classic double flap in black caviar leather and with gold hardware. I've had this bag for more than 10 years. For me, this bag is really beautiful and versatile, but the truth is I hardly ever use it, which is why this is still looking pretty brand new. Even though this is quite a small bag, I feel like it's quite bulky for what it can carry. I know the double flap is a classic feature of Chanel bags, but it takes up so much space. Anyway, I'm personally not crazy about Chanel, and I've sold many of my Chanel pieces, but I'm not ready to sell this yet. I came to that decision not exactly because I feel like I would use this bag more, but because of Chanel's very aggressive price increases. This bag now costs more than double the price I paid for, which blows my mind. Even though I'm not someone who sees her handbags as assets or investments, in this occasion, the inflation is working in my favor, so I guess there's no rush to sell this classic flap yet. My second Chanel handbag is this Chanel mini flap in black pattern leather and with silver hardware. I really like the chevron pattern. I think it's more chic and modern compared to the classic Chanel quilting. This mini flap fits about the same amount like my small Chanel classic double flap. I personally prefer the mini flap for so many reasons. First of all, it shares the same versatility like the classic flaps. Secondly, the resale value is always promising. The mini flap is also really cute and compact, plus it's a lot cheaper. So if you're looking for your first or only Chanel handbag, I feel like the mini flap could be a strong contestant. For me, the cost per wear for my Chanel classic flap is a lot lower than my Chanel classic flap. I usually wear this crossbody and it does go with everything. So all in all, I'm really happy with this bag and I think it will stay in my collection for quite some time. This is the Lady Dior medium in the black lambskin leather and silver hardware. Mine has the zip opening, so the access isn't the most generous, but I've kind of got used to it. Now, I usually prefer textured leather for my handbags, but this lambskin is surprisingly durable. I've had this bag for over 10 years, and so far I can't see any noticeable scratches or any major wear and tear. Even though the Lady Dior is by and large a very feminine and elegant handbag, I find it quite easy to dress this bag up and down. If you have watched any of my outfit videos, you know I carry this bag quite frequently. I especially love the fact that this handbag drops at the perfect spot as a shoulder bag. Some of you might know Dior handbags generally don't do very well on the second-hand market in terms of resale values, especially in comparison to Hermes, Louis Vuitton and Chanel. So I'm actually really glad that I enjoy using this Lady Dior because it saves me the pain and the trouble of having to sell it. Last but not least, this is my YSL or Saint Laurent clutch bag. This for me is a wonderful clutch bag. I really like that this comes with a zip closure because it feels a lot more secure than a snap button. Plus it's also a lot easier to use. This clutch bag looks fairly modern but also quite timeless at the same time. There are plenty of pockets on the inside, so I don't usually have to carry a separate card holder or my mini pochette when I carry this clutch bag. As much as I enjoy it though, a clutch bag isn't really the most essential element in my wardrobe, but it does help to elevate my outfits. I personally wouldn't buy a clutch bag as my first luxury handbag, and similarly if I have to downsize drastically, letting go of this YSL clutch bag shouldn't affect my wardrobe too much. At the moment, I'm using it enough to justify keeping it, but if we are talking about a capsule wardrobe, this might not make the cut to stay. So those are my thoughts about the handbags in my collection. After a lot of downsizing and decluttering, my luxury collection is a lot more curated now, and I feel really content with what I have, which is why I no longer feel the compulsive urge to buy more handbags. Similarly, I'm also allowing myself more leniency when it comes to downsizing. I think as long as I stay grounded and I'm conscious with every decision, that's what matters. So that's it from me. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you in the comment section.